We are almost in April now. The days are slowly becoming brighter and warmer, and all the magnificent colours of spring are beginning to show. Nature is truly coming to life all around, and there is so much magic. These past few days were a time I have been awaiting for so long, and as we pass the spring equinox this week, it brings so much joy to know that from now on, the darker days will give way to the light and warmth of new days to come. And although it is a little gloomy today and quite muddy, it is still beautiful, and the breeze carries with it white and pink blossoms and the fresh scent of spring. I used to very much dislike this time of year, in between winter and spring, when there is a lot of rain and mud, and I would wish for this time to go faster, especially as spring is my favourite season. However, I've come to see this time as equally important, a time when the earth prepares for the year ahead, and it reminds me to also be patient and find value and meaning in the little things. And today, I was very excited to forage for one of my most favourite plants. Stinging nettle is a plant I deeply appreciate for all of its culinary but also medicinal uses, and it's a plant I've got to know quite well over the past few years. This plant grows wild and freely in most areas, and in springtime its fresh new leaves provide an abundance of vitamins and minerals for our body. As a herbal tea or infusion, it cleanses and strengthens our body after the winter months, and can also aid with seasonal allergies. And as a food, it can be made into many wonderful things like soups, pesto, and even in baking. Nettles are a wonderful springtime herb to get to know, and this spring I'm excited to craft with them. So I've just gathered a basket of lovely fresh stinging nettle leaves, and they just smell so fresh and so green and so wonderful, and I'm really excited to take them home and make a very special recipe with them. So let's head home. Today, to celebrate Ostara, the beautiful pagan celebration of spring, I'm going to bake one of my favourite things, a nettle and lemon cake. I have baked this cake every single spring for many years now, and every time the whole process of going out and foraging for the nettles and then making this recipe always makes me feel so grateful for this time of year and everything that the earth has to offer. And for me, this cake is my celebration of nature and spring itself. Spring is when I feel most alive, and working with the energies of the earth brings me so much joy. And whether I'm cooking or baking or crafting herbal medicines and recipes, I find so much happiness and peace working with nature, and so much magic in the little moments of the mundane. I feel connected to the earth and to myself, and each springtime I'm so grateful to experience and to get to know everything nature around me has to offer. This spring, and especially here in the UK with our constant changes of weather, I'm still going to be taking some time to work on preparing more herbal medicines, tinctures and teas, as I do often find myself needing a little boost every now and again. And so today I'm hanging up some fresh sage and also oregano to dry and use for tea later on. These herbs are so useful to have on hand and are very easy to find in your local store. They will keep well in glass jars and are very useful for any coughs, colds and sore throat issues. I'm also very excited to slowly start planning out my little balcony garden. Last year I tried really hard to use all the space I had as efficiently as I could, and we managed to have quite a lot of success with various vegetables and herbs, so I'm excited to begin very soon as the weather warms up a little. Thank you, dear friends, so much for watching, and I'm excited to see you here again next week. Stay well and see you soon. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. So I'm going to keep this conversation bit today just a little bit shorter, as I am finding myself, unfortunately, once again with a bit of a sore throat situation. It's something I've had on and off, I think, for the last couple of weeks now, coming and going, and yeah, it's been a little bit frustrating, but I think maybe it's the change of weather, quite possibly, and also I do teach children 6 days a week, so that means quite a lot of talking and raising my voice, so yeah, that probably doesn't help either. So yeah, a little bit of a sore throat today. I do apologize, I'm a little bit croaky, but yeah, I just still wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and give a little update on my week. But yes, I have been drinking a lot of herbal tea lately to try and help me with my throat and cough situation. I've been drinking a lot of sage and thyme and lemon tea with some honey, which has been actually really, really helpful. Today I have here mint and yarrow with a bit of honey as well. So that's a really pleasant concoction if you want to try. Also really good for the throat. So I'm going to sip on this and hopefully it will help. But yes, so it's been so nice everywhere outside. It is getting much brighter and definitely the air is feeling a lot warmer, which tells me that spring is pretty much almost here. It's just still a little bit chilly here in London, but I think we're getting there slowly. And yeah, so I had a fabulous time the other day foraging for some stinging nettles, which is something I really look forward to every single springtime. As soon as I see the little fresh leaves coming out, I get really, really excited. And I just wait for them to come up just a little bit more. And then I forage some to make all kinds of recipes with. And nettles are, you know, they are so abundant and they grow so quickly. They overgrow everywhere. And so you can pretty much forage very easily, you know, without worrying about nettles. They are very prolific. And just make sure that when you forage them, of course, that you take them from places that hopefully are cleaner, away from pollution. So I went out into a big field where there was no cars or anything like that around it to forage my nettles. And yeah, then you can do all kinds of lovely recipes with them, from herbal tea to, you know, pestos and soups like I mentioned, and also baking. And I have to say that the cake turned out absolutely wonderful. This cake I make every year at this time of Ostara on the Spring Equinox, and it's just, it brings me so much joy, the whole process of gathering the nettles and bringing them home, and then making the cake, and that beautiful fresh bright green color is just it's so incredible. And then to mix it with the lemon as well, with the lemon flavor, the lemon zest and lemon juice, it just makes it so delicious. And I highly recommend for you to try the recipe. I think you will really enjoy it, so please do try and tell me what you think about it. It is one of my favorite cakes. It's kind of like, you know, it's made from nature, so I really love making it. And then apart from that, I have been getting a lot of fresh herbs. Like I say, you can get from the supermarket very easily, and if you dry them, some of them don't dry super well, but things like sage and thyme, oregano, they dry really nicely. So you can hang them up in little bunches, and not only does your kitchen smell lovely, once they're dry you can store them away. I tend to store mine in glass jars. You can also, I think, store them in just paper bags, which is also pretty good, and obviously away from any kind of moisture, and they can keep for a very long time. So yeah, in airtight containers, and then you can use them for teas, like I am here. Sage is incredible for throat, cough, anything respiratory, and so is thyme and oregano actually. And you will find something like thyme, you would find this ingredient in lots of cough syrups and cough sweets out there on the shelves in the stores. So these are really great things to just have in your home, and just, you know, you can make a tea whenever you need to. So I've been having a lot of fun just hanging them up and drying them and putting them away, and, you know, a bit of self-sufficiency. So it's yeah, it's really good, it's really useful. And apart from that, What else is new? It's been quite a busy couple of weeks here for me, actually. We've been preparing for, with my ballet students, for ballet exams these past few weeks. Well, we've been preparing since probably January or before January. It's always a very, very big day for the girls and the boys. It's a big, important day for them, something they're preparing for a long time. Learning all the work, all the ballet program, and then they have the exam, and it's a big, proud day for them, for me, for their parents, and my other teachers. So it really is a very fulfilling and lovely experience on the day, but preparing for them is always very, very tiring and overwhelming. So perhaps I am also just a little bit drained and exhausted. That's probably it as well. But so we've been having that the last 2 weeks, and so they are almost finished, and once they're finished, it will be a big relief. And I'm very much looking forward to having a little rest over the upcoming Easter break, which is happening very soon, at least here in the UK. The children have an Easter break of about a week or 2 weeks, which means I will get a break as well, which is really lovely. And I am really looking forward to just resting, and resting my body, and also resting my voice, resting my brain. And I'm looking forward to going home, I hope, to see my family and our dog, Scout. Some of you may remember her in my previous videos. And I'm really missing her, actually, to be honest. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully going home for a while, to North Wales, going out into some nature, which will be really lovely. And yeah, just spending time in quiet, away from the big busy city. So yeah, that would be really nice, and I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully that will happen, and I will keep you guys informed, and hopefully get to film a video while I'm there. So I will try my very best. Although when I do go home, of course, I really want to spend time with my family and spend as much time as possible, as I really don't see them quite often, being so far away here in London. But I will try my best to maybe film some lovely snippets of nature to share with all of you. And apart from that, I think that's kind of all I have to say for this week. It's been quite an overwhelming, quite a tiring week, to be honest. But I still wanted to share with you. And I think maybe sharing bits of my week and some updates may also be quite good for me, actually, because I think it helps me a lot to also just talk to the camera, talk to all of you, and also just gain a little bit of confidence in front of the camera, because I'm not gonna lie, I am still finding it a little bit tricky to talk in front of the camera, a little bit. I feel a bit uneasy at times, a bit nervous, and even though sometimes there are a lot of exciting things that I want to share with all of you, sometimes I just get a bit nervous and a bit shy. So I think that maybe just talking about updates and how my week has been a bit more often with you guys might help me to also just gain a little bit of confidence in front of the camera, which is something I really want to get better at. It's a skill for sure, and it's something one has to practice. So I'm hoping that this might be a good idea for me, and hopefully the more I practice, the easier it will get. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little spring video, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you all next week, and hopefully with a better voice. All right, take care, and I hope to see you all very soon. Goodbye.